So in this video, I'm going to cover a lot of episodes. We're just gonna blast through a lot of them because, I covered most of the important stuff in the previous video, going over Zeph's sacrifice. Anyways, this is going to cover Season 1, Episode 28 and 29, along with other episodes. This is the episode where Zeph explicitly says Sanji is not chasing his dream and he's telling him to go chase your dreams. He's pushing him to go out. And then we see Gin's sacrifice, and we find out the reason why he was starving in the first place was that he acted as a decoy for Don Krieg, and that's kind of messed up because Don just tries to kill him. Also, a funny thought here, Luffy, the man trying to be Pirate King, has ended up as just a chore boy and a very terrible chore boy, so I thought that was kind of amusing. And then you see the fight with Don Krieg happen, and this is sort of like summing up determination in the face of obstacles. A lot of the fights in anime or even superhero shows and comics and all that are usually all symbolic in nature. The good fights are not only just awesome and visually stunning and gripping, but they represent something larger. Anyways, very simple, just determination in the face of obstacles, just not giving up, and this is a pretty good life lesson, but it's kind of hard to do in real life because, in anime, the fight takes like, a couple of minutes? But in real life, if there's something you want to accomplish and there are obstacles, not giving up could take decades, it could take your whole life to achieve a dream, so it's very difficult, but one thing I've found is don't let your dreams be memes. That's right. If you have a dream and you want it to come true, that means that you have to work on it. And in order to work on it, you have to make time for it. So what I found is you want to start small. A lot of people try to go big and then they fail because they bite off more than they can chew. It's okay to start small. That's what she said. Anyways, it's okay to start small. So what I would do is look at how you're spending your time. Like, look at what you're doing. So if you're watching, anime, TV shows, movies, if you're playing games like maybe League of Legends or Valorant, I don't like those games. I'm just using them as examples because they're very popular. Just don't play one match for the day. Before you start gaming, take that 20 to 50 minutes that you were going to spend on a match and then work towards your dream every day. And then see where that takes you. And even if you change your dreams, even if you don't want to chase that current dream you were chasing, you still carry a lot of things with you, not necessarily the things you learned, because they might not be directly applicable to whatever new dream you have, but the discipline and hard work that you build up will stay with you and it'll help you chase your dreams. It's a little bit of life advice there. Take it or leave it. And then during episode 29, we see Sanji save Luffy, kind of like how Zeph saved Sanji, so the circle is complete. It's a nice loop. Also, very funny imagery in episode 29. You see 100 dudes on a tiny ship. It's super funny. I thought I'm physically it's impossible, but I thought it was very comic. And then we see Gin say, "I'll see you at the Grand Line." I thought this was touching because, literally they'll meet at the Grand Line, but what he's saying is, let's meet where our dreams will come true. Let's meet chasing our dreams together. And then we see in episode 30, we see Sanji excitedly talking about his dream again. And it's actually shown in the animation. He's very happy and animated versus looking very serious and grumpy from before. And then we see towards the end, Zeph's parting gift. He is pushing Sanji to go out by lying about his cooking being bad. And he gets all the chefs in. He wants Sanji to go chase his dreams. And I got a little moisty eye there, and then Sanji hears them talking, and a scene where he's bowing at the very end, and he says goodbye, and then the chef says, don't catch a cold, make sure to eat well. And that's something, it might not be relatable in other cultures, but in Asian cultures, parents and children, they don't really share their feelings, so they won't actually say, I love you. It's not a thing. In some relationships, it's very difficult to talk about feelings, so they'll say stuff like, did you eat, or don't catch a cold, so, that kind of moisten the eyes a little bit, tickle the feels. Anyways, we see something hilarious. We see Yosaku being eaten by a shark, and the shark's just swimming in the ocean. Again, the comedy in this is super hilarious. And then finally, we're moving into Season 1, Episode 31. This is where we see the Fishman. This is the Arlong arc. where we see Nami's flashback and the fight for Nami. I thought this was cool. We see Zoro's fight is pretty quick, and then we go to Usopp. That was pretty quick too, and then we're getting Sanji on board. There's always a fight to get them on board. And then next we're going to see Luffy fight Arlong for Nami. The episode starts pretty goofy. There's some goofy looking fishmen. And then Luffy drawing the fishman, I totally forgot about this. It's super funny. It's just fish with legs and it's just orienting him in different directions. This is also where they go over the 3 forces in the Grand Line. They introduce the Shichibukai, the 7 pirate warlords. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but that's fine. And then there's a lot of hilarity happening in this episode where they're going and Zoro wants to take the fight and go straight through the main gates. So then they knock Zoro out and they tie him on the boat. And then the fishermen come on board, so they just leave Zoro. and then there's a comment making fun of Usopp's appearance. They call him barely human. And then Usopp gets knocked out too. This is hilarious. Ends with Nami being revealed as a leader of the Arlong pirates, and of course it's not believable because there are a lot of references to her wanting to be free and her being really happy with the crew. That's gonna be it. Some episodes are just, pretty funny. It's a lot of fluff, and that's okay. I'll catch you guys next time.